How have you been, actually?
Yeah, what was it, about 6 months ago that we did the blood test for the RNA?
Yeah, yeah.
My eyes have gotten worse since then.
Okay.
I can just tell, like being out on the street, I can't recognize when people, and I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And I can still read,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the frustration's gotten bigger.
Mm-hmm. It's we're looking at the images from today and from last time, and there are some minor changes, but not much. We're not seeing changes that would make us believe that you would have any significant problems from the retina.
Mm-hmm.
You're also now of the age where there could be other things, like presbyopia. You never had cataract surgery before?
I did.
Oh, you did have, okay.
I've had cataract surgery. Actually, what happened was like 20 years ago is when it first started to bother me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was seeing different people, and after 4 years I ended up at Johns Hopkins, and the resident says, I think you have a cataract. And that was my left eye. And my cataract, had the cataract surgery and everything, and then was great.
Yeah.
And then it was about 5 years ago that my right eye started to bother me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the cataract surgery about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I even had a, what's it called? I just said it a little bit ago, the capsulotomy.
Okay. Yeah. Right now, it's there could be some other issues coming together, affecting your vision in different ways. So you can sensitivity to different lights and things like that. Post cataract surgery, there could be other things that happen. You get secondary cataract. You could have some media problems. So there are various things that at this point can kind of come together. Well, to affect the vision. We don't see most of those things. We probably have there's something we could do about some of those things. So, you should be very aware of those. If you feel like there are some specific changes, just let us know specifically. There's some very minor changes on the retina, but again, it's nothing.
It's just been about a year, right?
Yeah, about a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's progressing the way we expect it to, and it's quite slow, and it's more or less going to be pretty stable. It's not going to change very much.
Say that last part again. It's pretty stable.
It's pretty stable. Yeah.
Okay.
It's I'm talking overall. It's you're not going to. There definitely won't be any changes from now until you're 130 that will force you to have lifestyle changes, or if you can read now, this is not going to change enough to the point where you're not going to be able to read. Let's say.
Well, Dr. Tsang thought I might not be able to read. Okay.
This variant of Stargardt is very unique. If you did not have the mutation, this mutation we discovered, probably would have a different opinion about that.
Right.
So I don't even this new information that we've been working on is quite new. So I think we haven't really revised our the prognostic information we give to patients yet.
Now, is this new information? Now, it was about 6 months ago that I came in and you took my blood for the RNA, and you did it. You gave, and I'm glad I recorded it because I listened to it. You gave a really good explanation of how they were looking at the spaces between the DNA.
Yeah. So
is this has to do with the developments you're talking about?
Yes. Okay. So we found there are a few different parts to this. So first, it was recently that a gene is just a segment of DNA. The gene itself has coding regions and non-coding regions. The non-coding regions are just these spacers. So if you imagine, we had a long paragraph of words, and the words, before we read them, we have these these random letters that are inserted between the letters within the word. And for us to read the word, we have to actually cut out the only words the letters that matter, splice them together to get the word, and then the other letters that were in there before when the word was part of the paragraph, those letters get kind of thrown out. So these are exons and introns. So I wish I had I wish I could kind of draw it out, but I think you're following. You understand.
Yeah, you had kind of told me. We said those two words, the extron.
Yeah, the exons are the coding parts of the gene, and then the introns are the spacers.
The intron are the spacers.
Right.
Yeah.
So this has been, it's been a weird anomaly in genetics. Why would we need these spacers, right? Why can't we just have the word written out completely as it is? And I could probably take an hour to explain, I think, what we've learned about that since then, just in genetics. But
wow.
Essentially, these spacers allow different variations of words to happen. These letters can switch between the spacers, and then you can get more different versions of genes and things like that. So it's okay. All right, thanks. All right, actually, let's get you finished up, and then we can just talk maybe in my office or something.